It was an exciting time for me at USC. We didn't pay school fees, so we were given money to buy food. Everybody wanted to be a medical doctor. Everybody wanted and to be frank with you, I didn't want to be a teacher. I spent 27 years in Japan. And then one of the small boys came and he touched my skin to see if maybe it was like something that that, oh, I'm dark because I ate a lot of chocolate. Yeah, I became one of the popular analysts in Tokyo because I didn't find a lot of good companies in Ghana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add value to the catfish.
This is a story of education, career pivots, and life after school. My name is Yawajay, and welcome to Life After School. Does school really determine your future? Or that is what we've been told. For years, we've measured success by grades and degrees. But what if life has other plans? In a world where dropouts build empires and top students still struggle, it's time we ask real questions. Welcome to Life After School, the podcast where we explore the truth about education, success, and everything in between. Whether you're a straight A student, a university dropout, or just trying to figure things out, this is the space for you. Let's challenge the system, hear real stories, and also discover what really shapes our future beyond the classroom. Life after school. School ends, but the journey doesn't. Most people think success is one straight line. My guest today proves that it is not. From KNUST during the 1980s to high-level finance in Japan to farming in Ghana. So, Uncle Seth,
Hello.
You did study mathematics
Yes.
at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. You moved ahead to go to Japan to study a master's in finance.
Yes.
And you have worked as an equity analyst and also head of research. I know to present day, you are running a solar-powered catfish farm.
Yes.
Take me back into time. Where did this all begin for you?
You mean that when did this solar panel, the aquaculture?
No, so
Okay,
no,
cool.
your whole journey. Where
Okay.
did it begin for you?
Okay, so just to let listeners know where I'm come from, I'm a typical Ejaba. So I started schooling in Brunhaf region. I think the regions have been changed currently in a town called Wamahi. So that was where I started elementary school. And then from there, I moved. My father was working with the, around that time, it was called the State Cocoa Marketing Board. So I moved to Tema. And then I attended Sakumono Primary. And then moved from Sakumono Primary to Agri Road number 2 in Community 2, Tema. So passed the common entrance, went to Prempeh College. And then from Prempeh College, I entered USC, okay, KNUST now.
Yeah.
I did mathematics. And then I got a scholarship to study in Japan at the International University of Japan. It was international management, but I majored in finance. That was in 1986. So when I graduated, I got a job with Mitsubishi UFJ Bank, the investment banking division. So I worked with them. I worked in the Japanese will allow you to work in different divisions before you settle in one department. So I worked in the international division. I worked in the international finance division. I did a lot of things. And then eventually I settled down as an equities analyst. I covered Japanese IT services. I covered consumer electronics. I covered industrial electronics. I covered shipping, land transport, petrochemicals. So from Mitsubishi UFJ, I think it was around 2000. I became one of the popular analysts in Tokyo at the Tokyo Stock Exchange. So I moved from there to a company called Zurich SCADA on the buy side. Now, the buy side is where you receive money and then manage for your clients. On the sell side is where you have the ability to buy stocks from the stock exchange. So I moved from the sell side to the buy side. And then I continued with what I was doing. I covered Japanese broadcasting media. And then that company was acquired by Deutsche Bank.
Okay.
So that moved me from SCADA to the Deutsche Bank group. I was attached with a Deutsche Trust Bank in Tokyo, but I was actually working for Deutsche Asset Management. And then in Deutsche Asset Management, yes, I covered transportation, games, and all those companies. And from there, I moved to Capital Group. It's based in Los Angeles. I was in the international division of Capital Group, the institutional division of Capital Group. So the whole group Capital was managing around that, I think about $1.5 trillion of assets under management.
Wow.
So I worked with them in Tokyo. I covered consumer electronics, industrial electronics, electronic components, Japanese shipping, land transport, petrochemicals. And then 2013, yes, I resigned from Capital to join Mazdi Asset Management in South Africa. I met them in Beijing, and they told me what they were trying to do in Africa. So after a long chat, I joined them in Johannesburg. That was 2014. I joined them in Johannesburg as an equities analyst, also as a portfolio manager, and I became head of research. We structured the company. I put around it a good research team, and then with my team, we were in charge of our mandate in Africa, excluding South Africa. People would give us money to manage, or institutions, and then they would tell us that we want this to be managed in South Africa, but we want this to be invested in Africa. So I came back to Johannesburg. I was there from 2014 till August 2020. Actually, November 2021 when I came back to Ghana. So we were actually managing those funds, and also in charge of research, managing about 15 analysts in Johannesburg. So my story has been very long.
Yeah. So such an impressive CV. I want you to take me back into KNUST. I know during your time it was USD.
Yes.
Right. Just to be safe before I proceed, were you in university during the 80s?
Yes. So I was taught by Professor Bill Jackson. Maybe you don't know him. Dr.
No.
Opoku. You don't know him. Mr. Arthur. Yeah, and some others. So I was there in the 80s. Yes. I
Yeah.
left
So let's
KNUST in
talk about.
1986.
Oh, I see. So
Maybe you were not
let's.
born.
No, I wasn't born. No way. I was in heaven.
Yes.
I want us to speak about your university experience at KNUST
Cool.
in the 80s. What was university life like in the 80s?
No, no, it was fun. Everybody wanted to be a medical doctor. Everybody wanted to be an engineer. If you are doing mathematics, your only hope was maybe they post you to a school to teach. And to be frank with you, I didn't want to be a teacher. I didn't want to be a math teacher. I think I was good. I could teach people to understand very well, but I didn't want to be a teacher. So I went to the library one day, and then I chanced upon this International University of Japan, an advert in The Economist. And then they were encouraging people from different fields to apply. So yeah, that piqued my interest, and then I applied and got it. So life in USC, yeah, it was okay. During our time, a lot of things happened. I don't want to go into that. Your bossy people came, and then they started beating us and all those kind of things. Sad events, but those are the days. But it was an exciting time for me at USC, and I was thinking about, okay, what am I going to use this mathematics degree to do to improve upon my life? A lot of things went on in my mind until I chanced upon this advert in The Economist, applied, and then here I am. I am talking to you on this podcast.
Yeah. So back in the 80s, right? I am going to juxtapose that with what we had. I was in university between, let's say, 2010-ish to 2020, right? When I entered university, it was in, out, out, in, which meant that you have accommodation in the first year, second year, no accommodation, third year, no accommodation, fourth year, you were entitled to accommodation. What was accommodation like for you guys in the 80s?
Oh, it wasn't an issue. So we were given money to buy food. We had
Oh, really?
accommodation. So we had the accommodation there. So you move, accommodation wasn't a problem. Everybody was allocated a room, your roommate. There were people there to clean our bathrooms for us. So probably we had it a little bit easier around that time.
And during those times, right? There was no Google, there
No.
was no smartphones.
No.
How were you guys able to survive university during those days without any of these tools?
So now you just have to make very good use of the library. So you apportion your time, you make your own timetable, you go to the library, you get some reference books from your professors, go look for those books and then sit down, read or make notes. Because I did mathematics, you just have to do some calculations. So once you know how things, you understand the process and what is going on, it's okay, because it was just after graduation, I'm going to teach people how to calculate and maybe pass. It's not chemical engineering or whatever, where you want to know, okay, this is the process, this is how it's going to affect people. So I want to know more. So it was just mathematics, and I see the formula and I can visualize, okay, this is what is going to happen. This is how the thing is going to be in my mind. I can visualize what is actually going on. So it's like doing advanced economics. Yeah, you see the equations there, and then as soon as I see the equation, I can visualize, okay, this is going to be the field. This is what is going to happen. Once I know the constraints, okay, this could happen and affect maybe that basic economic theory that is there from a mathematician's perspective.
Oh, I see. So in terms of student numbers back then, what was it like in terms of student numbers per class?
I can't get it off my head, but it wasn't as populated as it is right now.
So what would be your typical class size?
Probably in our class, probably 30.
Okay. So coupled with mathematics being difficult, maybe 30 was a good number. Personally, math is very difficult for me. So even when I walk past the math department, I wouldn't even try to look at the students there because I see them as superhumans.
So that's a misconception.
Yes, and we would be speaking about that misconception. One last question on school during the 80s, right? One thing I find in present day is that there are barely any students who work and school at the same time. Financially, during the 80s, how did students survive in university?
We didn't pay school fees. So I told you we were giving loans, like money to buy food from the cafeteria. It was even free, and then later on they introduced money where you buy coupons to buy your food, or you can use your money to buy your own food. So I speak for maybe mathematics. I don't know what was happening in medical school where they had to buy some other things, but if I look at maybe my fellow mathematicians and those who were doing chemistry, I don't think the financial constraint was that high.
I see.
Versus what I'm seeing now. If you don't have money, you can't go to university now.
Yeah, that's true. So I want us to speak about your decision to go to Japan.
Okay.
Right. During the 80s, there were people like the Ghanaian populace were mad crazy about Germany, where the boats were going. There were people who were going to the US, people who were going to the UK. For someone like you, where did Japan sit for you in terms of it being a foreign country or arbitrary? What was your thinking or thought process like to choose Japan and go
Okay.
to Japan?
So around that time was when Japanese economy was booming. So I used to read, go to the library and then read a lot about Japan. It was very funny because you see everybody, someone doing mathematics reading. It's like, I mean, are you crazy? These guys are just calculating. Why is this guy reading? So I read a lot about Japan. I read a lot about their next generation computer, and how, I mean, articles were saying that Japan's next generation computer was going to overtake the US. I saw all the things the Japanese were doing. And I told myself, no, I want to be there. I want to be where the action is and see what is going on. Because, I mean, I lived in Bantama. You see people coming from Germany, Belgium, with a lot of things. And you wanted to be there. But I have become an academic. And then I didn't want to just go to a brochure and then come back with a car or a taxi. And no. That was not my purpose. I wanted to do something that will actually help me move on in life, and also help my wife, my kids, and people around me. So when I saw that advert in the library, I just decided to apply.
So you went to Japan during its economic boom,
Yes.
right? Japanese are known as efficient people generally. That is how we see them, right?
Yes, that is
How
correct.
did so how did Japan change your work ethic, or how did it change your viewpoint of life?
Okay. So I spent 27 years in Japan. I speak Japanese. I read Japanese. I write Japanese. The Japanese have something called wa. No, before the Japanese guy acts, he looks at, okay, how is this going to affect Mr. X who is around me? How is this going to affect Mr. B? How is he going to react? So they think about the other party before doing anything. And yeah, that really impacted me a lot, because it's not how should I put it? It's not this I know my rights, blah 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 kind of thing. No, you need there should be conformity, but sometimes conforming is not very good. So you need to know when to conform and then when not to conform. Yeah. So yes, that part of their life really impressed me and affected me and changed the way I looked at things. Like, you have to look at the other party. How is he going to react? Is it going to be very negative? Of course, you need to think about yourself too, but you don't want to create a chaos in the area you are in.
So 1986,
Yes.
Seth is done with KNUST.
Yeah.
Seth goes to Japan.
Yes.
A black person in Japan
Yes.
in the 80s. What was your experience like in settling into your new environment?
It was very easy. When I remember we got to Tokyo, we got to Narita Airport, that's at Tokyo International Airport. And then I took the train to Ueno. And then from Ueno, we had to take another bullet train to where the university is, Niigata, Japan seaside of the country. Now we got there, it's just in the middle of rice paddies. Now I'm coming from Ghana, going to Abuchi, and then all of a sudden I find myself in the university, which is in the midst of rice fields. So I told myself, dear grandma, why did I come here? So, but yeah, it was a very good experience. A lot of people there have never seen black people. Okay, they only saw black people from the university. And I remember visiting a kindergarten. Oh, actually, it wasn't a kindergarten. It was a primary school. And then one of the small boys came and he touched my skin to see if maybe it was like soot, something. So the teacher was upset. And I said, no, leave her. She wants to know. So I told
Yeah.
I told a small girl that, oh, I'm dark because I ate a lot of chocolate. And then I said, oh, no, that's a lie. It's not chocolate. And this is how God created me. And when you watch TV, you see some of my people running and you see them on TV running. So today you've seen a real African. They
And
were very nice. The area is now, I think the area was Urasa, but it's been upgraded to Yamato City or something like that. It's in Niigata area, Minami Wonomakum, Niigata area. But they were very nice. Never seen blacks, but yeah, they accepted me. Noguchi Hideo, who died in Ghana, is also from Japan. So they were able to see, oh, Noguchi died in Ghana, and now we see a Ghanaian here. So it gave me some kind of leverage over any other foreigner because they could identify with a Japanese who came to serve Ghana and died and was buried in Ghana.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I am a product of the University of Ghana. I know Noguchi, but today you are pronouncing it right. You said it's Noguchi, correct?
Yes. So his name is Hideo Noguchi.
Oh, I see. I don't know the history behind him, but after this episode, I'm going to make it a point
So
to read
Ghanaians call it
about
Noguchi. It's not Noguchi. It's
yeah,
Noguchi. Noguchi Hideo.
Noguchi. Oh, I see. So you in your submission, right? You mentioned a bullet train. As of the 80s, the Japanese had bullet trains, correct?
Yes. When I went to
So,
Japan, they had the bullet trains. I think the first bullet train was the Japan Olympics.
Oh, okay. And
That
which
was
year
in
was
the
this?
60s.
In the 60s.
Yeah.
So let's look at present day Ghana. There is a lot of communication on the need for a railway system. With you having grown up in the 70s to 80s, right? You would have seen how efficient our train system. And even for me growing up in the 90s, living in Taifa, the train from Nsawam to Accra was something like a clock to us. I know at 6 a.m., the train would sound, and I know it's time to get ready to go to school. 12 noon, when the train is coming, I know it's lunchtime. How important would you say a railway system is to us as a people today in Ghana, comparing it to what you know from back then and also in Japan?
So it is extremely important. And the politicians should forgive me. I'm really shocked that none of our politicians are actually bringing up this issue. So imagine we had a bullet train from Accra, Tema, Accra, all the way to the north. Burkina Faso will import their goods. We have a bullet train. The cargo will leave at night, and then they probably give them their goods at Paga or whatever border town there. Which the implication is that our road network will be free of all these heavy trucks. So that's number one. Number two, our produce will get produce from the north, and it will be transported fast from the north to Accra without any spoilage, without meeting maybe these policemen, blah, 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 on the way, because it comes directly from Accra, from the north to the south. So it will be, the cost of transportation will be low, the cost of our food will be very low. You can travel from Accra to Kumasi probably within 1.5 hours. You leave your car at a station in Accra, go to Kumasi, do whatever you want to do. You come back, you pick up your car and go. And even when you park your car at the train station, the station can charge you. They should charge you for parking your car there. So you can see the multiplier effect. Now for the other regions, you can just use what do you call it? Connecting rails. It shouldn't be a bullet train. So personally, I think instead of going by the roads, we need the roads, but it is critical that we have all these railway systems working for us.
So, to the people in charge, this is a clarion call to you that Ghana as a country needs a railway system. Even for me growing up in the 90s, and being between 10 years and maybe 16 years during the 2000s, from Dome to Accra was just 30 minutes. The train is the only thing in Ghana that abides by its time. You know, with the train, if you are not there on time, it would leave you. That would lead to efficiency for all of us in terms of our work, in terms of productivity as well. So, Uncle Seth, let's move on to other conversations.
Okay.
With you working as an equity analyst, because this is an education and career platform, to students who are watching, can you explain exactly what an equity analyst does to them?
Okay. Cool. So I will start with the sell side. So the sell side in Ghana, the sell side, the companies like Data Bank, Gold Coast Securities, we call them the sell side. So the buy side is I don't know, asset managers in Ghana. But the sell side is companies that receive money. Okay, maybe like SIC receives money, pensions.
Okay.
And then they
Okay.
give me part of the money they have received to manage. Meaning I create a portfolio, I buy some stocks or I buy some bonds, blah, 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 some in private equity. Now, as an equities analyst on the sell side, first of all, you'll be given an industry to look at. So you look at the whole industry. Okay, what are the revenue drivers for this industry? Who are the major players in this industry? You look at the general economy. How is this industry faring in this economic climate? Okay, so you start from probably a top down. Okay, the economy is good or economy is not good, so these companies are going to do well. And then you come to those industries. Now, within this industry, you have a plethora of companies. Now, who are the stronger ones? So probably you choose maybe the top 10. And then you also have to look at which companies are actually coming up. But how do you do that? You need to be able to understand their balance sheet. You need to be able to understand the cash flows. You need to be able to understand the P&L, the income statement. You visit the companies, you talk to management. You don't talk to them about what is going to happen next month. But the CEO doesn't care about what is going to happen in 3 months or even 1 year. He has a very long-term vision for the company. So if you sit in front of the CEO and you start asking questions about the next 6 months, you're just completely wasting his time. So you go in there with a strategy. So what do you do? Who are your rivals? How do you fare in competition? What are your profit margins? Why is this going to be this? You always have to be skeptical. Even if you like the company, you have to be skeptical because you're going to recommend this to maybe people on the buy side. Or if like on the buy side, if I write a report, it means I'm going to use somebody's money to buy that particular company for them. If it goes down, they lose money. So, so many things to talk about. I don't think I can talk about that here. Some of the things too you can see, like you see some people's faces and you realize that no, I can't trust this person. But that is not analysis, just an intuition. Yeah. Mm.
So today, social media is awash with a lot of commentary on investment. People are saying buy stocks, buy fan milk stocks, buy GCB stocks, buy that stock, right? If we were to break it down to the common person who doesn't have an understanding of finance, what are the benefits and downsides to purchasing stocks in Ghana?
To be frank with you, should I say this? Okay, no problem. I can say it. Yeah. Managing money across Africa. Yes, unfortunately, I didn't spend a lot of money on my country because I didn't find a lot of good companies in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah. Farm Milk was a company, yes, I would say, yeah, we bought Farm Milk at a very good price and we sold at a very good price before the doomsaw set in because I knew that with the doomsaw setting in, it's not that the company was bad, but they were going to spend a lot of money to protect their energy supply. And as an investor, I didn't want that. I wanted them to pay me dividends. So I decided to sell the stock. Yeah, there was another company that we bought, MTN, which is still there. You can see what I'm not recommending MTN to anybody, please. If you go and buy MTN, that is at your own risk. I'm just talking about what we did some
In
time ago.
general, yeah.
Yes, cool. So you could see MTN. Yes, people were calling. Electronic money is coming. You look at every day. If you send money, you look at how much they charge you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is virtually free cash for the company. So no, there are some companies that are good, but I think Ghana needs to develop the Ghana Stock Exchange so that companies can go there, list their companies, get free cash from the market. Now, to your question, the benefits. Okay, if you invest in a stock, a company for the long term, if you're not looking to make money in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you trying to say that, okay, this company that I'm putting money in is going to grow this much. And then you grow with the company. As the company grows, the market capitalization, that's the total value of the company, gets bigger. So if you bought the stock at maybe 2 cedis per share, you realize that maybe in 10 years, the stock is maybe 25 cedis per share. So you've made a capital gain of 25 minus 2. The government will, the authorities will tax you, but you make that amount of money, excluding the dividend that they pay to you. However, it comes with risks. The company can go bankrupt. The share price could stay at 2 for a very long time. So that is where you need a good analyst to do your work for you, because if I'm following the company, if I want to buy, I do my due diligence. I write a report on the company. I do my forecast, maybe 5-year forecast of the balance sheets, the profit and loss, and the cash flow to see, okay, this is robust, and it's very likely the company will hit these numbers. So that is the job of the equities analyst. And the equities analyst will also have to write reports on the industry. How do you see the industry? What is going to happen? And there are a lot of factors affecting it. Policy decisions. There's a change in government. This is the policy they are taking. How is this going to affect the banking sector? How is this going to affect the cocoa sector? How is it going to affect manufacturing? Blah, 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 blah. So many variables at play.
So, let's go back to mathematics education, since we are speaking about a lot of finance stuff, right? For someone like me, I think my problem with math was I didn't commit time to studying mathematics. I had classes teachers who were helping me with mathematics, but I wasn't interested in math. With you being a mathematician and with so many Ghanaian children and even older people having aversion towards mathematics, if you were to advise, number one, students on how to study math, and also advising parents on how to help their children with mathematics, and last one would be to the Ghana Education Service, per your experience with mathematics, how do we improve mathematics education, and how do we improve mathematics assimilation as students?
This is a very tough question for me, and I wish Openichira was here. Openichira was my teacher at Prempeh College. Openichira was here, so I can just push it into Openi. Please talk to Minister of Education for that. Yes, Openichira taught me mathematics at Prempeh College. He made me love mathematics, and to be frank with you, it will be very difficult for me to tell, okay, this is what parents should do to make mathematics easier. But I think there's a perception down there that, enkunta editing. So whatever you teach people, you tell people to this, like, mathematics is difficult. It's okay. Just these are the nerds who can do mathematics. Maybe arts. Yeah. But luckily, yes, we had very good teachers at Prempeh College who who helped me and a lot of my classmates to love mathematics. So we didn't see mathematics as kakai. We saw mathematics as something interesting. Openichre would tell you, so who tea and what in a member, who transfer and what kind of member. So yes, I have daughters. We taught them mathematics, and yeah, they were able to even study themselves, study topics in mathematics themselves, and they will come back to me and say, okay, Dad, I did this, I didn't understand it. Just explain it to them. So you can read books on mathematics and then get the concept yourself without even consulting a teacher. Because my daughters did it.
Okay. So let's speak about your retirement,
Okay.
2021,
Yes.
head of research. Coming on retirement, you were at the crossroads as to what to do. I have money. What do I do with the money? Being a financial person, do I invest in companies in Ghana? Do I invest in companies in Africa or anywhere else in the world? Or people, I've forgotten the name, but you put treasury bills. Yeah. Do I put the money in treasury bills and get dividends and use these dividends? In terms of your decision making to come back to Ghana to pursue farming, take me through your thought process and how you settled on coming to Ghana to do agriculture.
Okay. So I worked overseas. Yeah, I was able to save some money that was given to me as an analyst and also portfolio manager. I saved some money, but I didn't want to come back to Ghana. Just sit here. I have all these savings in the bank. I get interest, peanut interest from the banks, and the banks will use it to buy treasury bills and make a lot of money. I could have used the money to buy Ghana government treasury bills and live on the interest, or I will go into the stock market, buy some stocks, which I didn't want to do because I don't find the Ghana Stock Exchange is not liquid. Yeah, they make a lot of noise, but it's not liquid. If I put my money there, it will be dead money, and I can't even get it back. So before I came, I had a lot of business ideas in my mind. It wasn't something like I came to Ghana and decided to do aquaculture. No. So I had a plan for aquaculture and plan for other business, which I'm not going to talk about here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So with aquaculture, I said, okay, I don't want to come and dig ponds on the ground. I want the workers to work in an area where they will feel like they are working with some dignity. And I needed some kind of technology, a technological change to what I was doing. So I decided to do, I wanted to do aquaponics. So aquaponics is where you have the fish in ponds, and then the water flows from them, the dirty water flows from the fish, and you grow vegetables in those floating beds. And then the plants will kind of filter out the impurities in the water, and the water will be treated and it goes back to the fish. So you don't waste water. You top up the water probably every 3 months or maybe 6 months. I came back to Ghana after COVID, registered the company, and then I told myself, Ghanaians don't eat vegetables, so why do I have to do this aquaponics? So I converted everything into circular tanks. So I have 32 tanks. If you watch the video, I have 32 tanks in that tunnel. Okay. So before coming, I also didn't want to sell live fish only because I saw people were selling tilapia, catfish for the catfish grills. The best way for me was to have gone to tilapia. However, when I put on the thinking cap of my old profession, I could see some big companies in tilapia. So if you have companies like maybe Tropo Farms and these Chinese and other companies doing thousands, 5,000, 10,000 of tons of tilapia, how do you compete with them with maybe 300 tons? When they lower the price, they kill you. So I said, okay, I will do catfish. But in doing catfish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add value to the catfish. So if I add value to the catfish, I can make more money. Now, setting up the company, yes, I could. It's my own money that I use. I didn't borrow any money from the bank. This is going to create something like maybe generational wealth. So if I'm not here today, yes, my daughters are not going to be in trouble. My wife will not be in trouble. The workers who don't have jobs in the villages, they're going to get jobs to do. So what I'm doing now is trying to set up a good structure so that the workers are protected, my family is protected, my grandchildren are protected, the company thrives. So that is what I'm working on right now. So I decided on that and then realized that energy cost in Ghana is very, very high. So I had to invest in solar. So we use solar. It's 100 kilowatt solar panel to run the whole factory. I have 2 generators backup, and also I use the national grid also as a backup. And then I realized along the line that okay, the wastewater can be used. So I improvised something. I set up 3 greenhouses, and then I channel the wastewater into tanks, and then we use that to grow vegetables now, which we're going to expand. In fact, I just bought 3 greenhouses from Exim Bank, second-hand. It's second-hand, but 3 greenhouses from Exim Bank that should be installed by the end of March. It will give us 6 greenhouses, and we're going to use the effluent to grow vegetables. The trigger for the green the aquaculture actually came from a visit to Egypt. 2018, I went to Egypt. We went out to eat. The fish was very fresh. So being an analyst, I started talking to them. Where do you get this fish from? Do you import them? And the guy came to me and said, oh, no. Oh, this is from aquaculture. So I stand corrected. Probably 70 to 80% of the fish in Egypt is from aquaculture. So that was the trigger. I said, okay, then this is going to work. So when I came back here, I brought everything. I brought equipment to process the fish. Everything was brought into the nation, and then we set up the plant, and then we started operations in February 2023. December we got the the best aquaculture farm in our district, and then last year we won the best aquaculture farm in Eastern region.
So, congratulations on that feat, best
Thank you.
aquaculture farm in Eastern region. I know with you being a finance person and with your wealth of experience, right, you would have done a lot of research into your business venture before you went into it. Take me through your research before deciding to venture into this. I know you didn't just do it by word of mouth with speaking to the person in Egypt.
Yeah.
What was the research for you before going into it?
So it wasn't any deep research, but you look at Ghana as a whole, as a country. The fish from the seawater, from the sea, is getting depleted. We can't rely on our farmers alone. Our fishermen alone to provide us with fish. We don't have the foreign exchange to be importing fish into the nation. Okay. In South Africa, meat is very cheap. You come to Ghana, meat is very expensive. So I saw a niche there that, okay, if someone is able to do aquaculture very well, the demand is there, you're going to get people who will buy it. So it was a very simple, easy decision for me. So nothing financial, but you look at the macro level, you see that, okay, demand is there. Now, what kind of industry was I entering? This is not like making robots where you charge huge margins. Like, okay, yeah, I covered a company like Fanuc. The operating margins of Fanuc around that time was around 55% operating profit margin.
Oh, I see.
About 50%. Now, if you are into consumer staples, fish, you can't be making a 50% operating margin because you sell to the masses. What you need is scale. So your profit margins will be low, but your turnover is going to be high. So I'm going into finance. So your return on assets depends on operating margin times asset turnover. Now, if your asset turnover is high, you can't have both. If your profit margin is high and turnover is high, you invite competition. So one will have to come down. So you look at the retailers, the margins are very slim outside, but the turnover is very high. So you see the ROA is high. So that is the model that I decided to use here. Because people are going to buy the fish from me. They're going to eat it. So if I price it very, very high, I'm just kind of killing myself.
So on the ground, right? People say that Ghanaian workers are problematic. Ghanaian workers want money, but they don't want to work. With your experience working in Ghana, what has your experience been like with Ghanaian workers, and what measures have you put in place to make sure that your establishment is thriving?
Okay, so that assertion is not false. You see, if you be a mensa womb, okay, so somebody tells me it's not if you be a mensa womb, that narration is wrong. But yeah, there are good people in Ghana, there are bad people in Ghana. You will find very good, you find good workers, and you find those who want to they think, oh, you have money, they want to live on your money and go away. Yes, I've had experience with people like that, and I don't waste my time. I nip it in the bud. You get fired straight because you can't come and waste my time.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need to get the stomach to nip things in the bud. Let them go. Let them go. There are people who really want to work, and you reward them for staying with you. You just have to let them know what you want to do, where you are going, how you want them to behave. If you do this, it's not allowed. If you do this and we grow together, yes, yeah, you're also going to benefit. So I personally will not recommend for people to remotely manage their company from overseas. No, you have to be here. So the farm is in Kokomu. We have a house in Akropon. I live there Monday to Friday. Every day I go to the farm. I see what is going on. I walk around. I see what is going on. So you need to be very hands-on. And when they realize that you are hands-on and you are also a human being with a heart, they work with you. They work for you. But they're saying that, yes, some of these people come and they think, oh, well, look at the building there. Look at the solar panels there. This guy has money. Therefore, we need to get something from him. Yes, those people are there, and you just have to let them go.
So in letting them go, right, I want us to speak about the naming convention for your establishment, Mordecai Farms. Tells me you are Christian already.
Yes, I am.
But what went into choosing the name Mordecai?
Okay. So if you read the book of Esther, when Mordecai appears, you see Mordecai, I think the descendant of Kish, or there's something of Kish. Okay. Now, if you go back into the Bible, you look at Kish. Kish was the father of King Saul. Saul was asked to eliminate the Amalekites. He didn't do it. So about 500 years later, his grandson is facing the demons that the Lord told him to eliminate.
Mm-hmm.
Saul didn't do it. Now, because he didn't do it, his son, his grandson is now facing those demons. Now you go back, I think it's chapter 3. You see Haman. You see Haman is the descendant of Agag. The king Saul should have eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two names in the Bible that, I really like. I really like is Mordecai and Jabez. Okay. Now, so Mordecai, what I got there from Mordecai was the demons that our forefathers should have eliminated. They are now haunting me. So like it stops with me. So I told myself, whatever my parents, my grandfathers, blah, blah didn't do, it stops with me. It's not going to go after me. I'm going to cut everything off. So the name Mordecai means it stops with me. If I look at the nation, you look at our nation, Ghana. I mean, look at what our leaders have done to the country. Everybody is complaining. So whatever is not transformed will be transferred. If we don't transform corruption, corruption will be transferred. So we keep on complaining about corruption. Why? Because we've not been able to transform corruption. So it's always being transferred. Yeah, the guy goes, another person comes, and the corruption continues. So I chose Mordecai, meaning it ends with me.
Well, that's an interesting background to the name Mordecai, and it does make sense. I want us to speak about value addition to your fish, right? You do such a great job in terms of the quality of your produce. And one thing I can't help but notice is also your packaging. It is quite beautiful and progressive. What went into the packaging design for you?
In fact, I give all the credit to EPAC. There's a company in Ghana, Accra, called EPAC. So they were going to Koforidua. Two ladies, they were going to Koforidua for a function, and they saw our billboard on the road on the famous I shouldn't say famous Manfi Koforidua Highway. So they passed by, and then we had a chat, and then they told me, "Oh, Mr. Boakye Dankwa, yes, we can do this for you. This. So I said, "Yeah, no problem. That's what I want to do." So we sat down, and then we formed a team, and then we started back and forth brainstorming, and then we came up with a design, and then they did it for us, and yeah, that was it. So yeah, I say, okay, I give them all the credit.
So kudos to EPAC. Let's speak about market penetration and selling your produce, right?
Yes.
People sometimes have the idea that if there's smoked fish in packaging, it's going to be very expensive. How then are you competing with the regular market woman?
Okay. So I will take you back a little. So before you set up a venture like mine, you need to know, okay, who is going to buy my product? Where am I going to sell it? Unfortunately for me, I was living outside Ghana, coming to do this in Ghana with nobody here doing any groundwork for me. So I came to Ghana, started the business, without any clue. That should not be done. So I tell people in Ghana, know who you are going to sell your product to. In my case, I was overseas. So I came in here and I started. Okay. Now, we have everything in place right now. And as soon as people see our package, they think, oh, it's very expensive. Sorry, I don't have a copy here a product here to show you because I've moved out of the farm. I'm in Accra right now. So the brown package is 95 cedis per pack. That's farm gate price. And the green one is 85 cedis per pack. It's 350 grams. The brown one is 500 grams. But when you open it up, it's actually cheaper than what they buy from the market. If I look at, what do you call it? If I look at the total number of fish in it, it's cheaper than what you find in the market. So that's number one. Number two, you don't have people touching the fish. You don't have people maybe sneezing and then things coming from the air to touch the fish, like what you find in the market. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying what they sell in the market is bad. No, I'm just making some of the observations. Okay, so in that sense, it's cheaper for them. My target now is the supermarkets. The supermarkets, but in Ghana, the informal market is about 95%.
Yes.
The supermarkets are just about 5%. So that has been a struggle, but that is what we are actually focusing on right now. And I'm also targeting people in the diaspora because I think there's a huge market in the diaspora that we can actually benefit. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you did answer. You did answer my question. I want us to speak about farming.
Yes.
Farming has been framed as a venture for old people. Many of the Ghanaian youth are crying that there are no jobs. If you were to advise Ghanaian youth who are at the crossroads today on pursuing farming or staying at home and saying there are no jobs, what would you say to Ghanaian?
Okay, so this is farming is profitable. So, however, you can't just make money on a 1 acre of farm. You need scale, like I alluded to when I was talking about the pricing of the fish. Now you're selling tomatoes, pepper to the general public. Now, if the price is 1 cedi, you can't just push it up to 5 cedis. Nobody is going to buy that. Now, to make money selling it at maybe 2 cedis, you need scale, and you need some kind of technology to help you lower your cost. So even in this fish farming, I personally believe that if the government can even team up with us and create huge aquaculture farms, we're going to create jobs, direct jobs, indirect jobs, and then we'll be able to produce a lot of fish and not use our foreign exchange to import fish into the nation. So to the youth, I would tell them, yes, farming is lucrative, but it will be great if guys can come together, pool money together, and then focus on what they are trying to do and see how they can grow and expand. Yeah. No, it will be better to maybe you start with maybe 5 acres, you acquire some land somewhere, you get money, and then you expand. No, these days, when I was doing my projects, the planning for the project, there was no AI. I had to sit down and write everything myself. But if you put things in AI right now, you can get your business plan easily. And then you can add some things to it. So when people tell me, yeah, I can't write my business plan, it's like, come on, go away. Because it's AI will help you to come up with a business plan. So you get a skeleton, and then you just put in some meat, and you can take it to a bank or to some rich person and say, hey, this is my plan, this is what I want to do. And you can get some financing for that. I don't know how that works in Ghana. People tell me, no, the banks are not going to give you the money. But yeah, why not try? Yeah. Because people are graduating from the universities. They want government jobs. The tax receipts are very low. The government receives taxes. We run budget deficits every year. Where are they going to get money to pay you? They go and do their masters and PhDs. They come back and they are promoted and the salary goes up. So there's no money for our schools, no money for our roads. But if all these graduates with all this knowledge will move into agriculture, it doesn't mean you just have to grow tomatoes. You can process tomatoes. You can package tomatoes. You take people off the streets. So I believe agriculture is the way for us to lower unemployment in Ghana, and also it will also help us to be self-sufficient in our food production, and then there won't be a lot of pressure on our foreign exchange earnings.
So if you're a young person watching us today, Uncle Seth is saying that agriculture is viable. You can go into it. Better still, go into it as a group, put your resources together, and make something for yourself. So 2 more questions before I let you go. If you could speak to your younger self, the same Seth who was in tech during the 1980s, with the benefit of hindsight, what would you tell Seth from the 1980s?
Let me see. This will take me back to when I was in Deutsche Bank. So when you are promoted to director, they have an induction. So they take me to a remote area, and then they have an induction. And I remember, I think 2007 in Singapore. So somebody came to speak, and then he spoke about having direction. So I graduated from with a degree in mathematics. You want to, in Ghana, you just have to, they will have to put you to a secondary school to go and teach mathematics. And it's like, it ends there. So what next? There's no way that a mathematician will get a job at Ministry of Finance and make money. You won't be there. Okay. So you need to have a direction. Okay. So direction is, you should know where you want to go. So I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a teacher. I wanted to do something that will generate recurring and improving revenue income for me until I retire. Okay, so number one is so that it was direction, and then I think you spoke about focus, and then the focus was focus is not about time, but it's about how effectively you focus your attention. You put your attention on what actually matters. Okay, so I was in Japan working. Yes, you meet in a different country. People like you, some will like you. Sometimes, okay, yeah, if I know this is that, but you should know, why am I here? What am I focusing on? So I look back and said, okay, this was a decision, because I remember at a certain point in time, I got so fed up. I wanted to come back to Ghana, and my wife said, "No way, you are not leaving." Thank God for my wife. She said, "No way, you are not leaving. You have to do it." So I had to go back, and then because sometimes you get so frustrated, you want to give up easily, but life is not that. It's not that rosy. You grow through the problems that you face. Once you overcome the problem, it means that one is over. A bigger one will come, and you have to overcome it. And then what did he say? I think there was something on capacity, and then what he said was how bold you are in enforcing the hidden potential in you, making a change in you, so that you can also impact yourself and also impact others. I use the word impact because he used the word impact. And then he said that impact is not intentions. Okay. So you also need to find a pain. You need to find a pain to heal. So this is the pain. And what am I going to do to make this pain bearable for my people, for myself? Okay, so what pain did I find in Ghana right now? Yes, I was talking about, okay, people work in our offices. Ladies work there, gentlemen work there. They can't go to Makola or Kejetia to find catfish. So I see a need there. It might not be a pain. Maybe it's a pain for someone. So I decide to package this fish and sell it to them. But if you are not able to find the pain and you want to do a spray and pray kind of business, no way, you are going to fail. So you spray, oh, mami tuabo dogu suneni na dache bimusabeka no. Untungwe nisa. You need to have a strategy. So this spray and pray policy, it doesn't work. You need to be focused and look at this is my target. This is what I'm doing. And then stay and do it no matter what.
So I think those are all the questions for now. But looking back, if you have visited the tech campus recently, or if you have visited where you started from recently, what kind of feelings does these visits bring you when you visit the tech campus or when you go back to where you started from?
So I go back. I've been there because some of my mates are lecturing there. My friends are still lecturing, and yeah, it's very different. Sometimes I feel sad because you have so many people there. It looks like I'm not criticizing anybody, but it looks like we've created a factory to just churn out graduates. And sometimes I wonder how do these guys even interact with themselves? They don't know each other. People are living in a Jersey somewhere. You get you be in Republic, or I was in Republic, or you are in Queens, you are here, but you don't stay there forever, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and the place has become neater, but I think it's overpopulated. And yeah, there need to be more more infrastructure to make life better for the students to study.
Well, it's been an eye-opening conversation with Seth Boakye Dankwa. He is the CEO of Mordecai Farms. So to my viewers today, if you are watching this, Seth Boakye Dankwa is saying that agriculture is viable, and he spurs us on to remain focused and eyes on the prize. Until another episode of Life After School, my name is Yawo J. Like, share, and subscribe.